Jenni Minto, to be followed by Richard Leonard. Up to 4 minutes, please, Ms Minto.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Scotland's islands need to have lifeline ferry services. The key word here is lifeline. As well as meaning a rope thrown into the water to save someone from drowning, lifeline is also defined as something that you depend on to lead your life in a satisfactory way. That not only includes food, fuel, building materials and medical provision, but also the economic benefits of being able to travel to and from work or in search of work. It also means the well-being promoted by being able to easily meet friends and family, especially in times of celebration or when people come together for comfort in time of grief. For islanders, lifeline mostly means ferries. My inbox is constantly brimming over with emails about ferries. If you get any two islanders from anywhere in Scotland together, their conversation will inevitably turn to ferries. For us islanders, ferries shape our lives. I live on an island where the ferries not only connect people, but directly connect a multi-million-pound industry to the world market, whisky. I can see that shipping whisky to the mainland might be viewed as an attractive investment for an ambitious company and its shareholders. I'm sure that in their hands, the Isle of Ferry could be very profitable, especially when you add the benefits of the island's farming, seafood and tourist industries. But the SNP is a party for all of Scotland. And as such, I don't believe we should deprive island communities of lifeline services simply because they don't make the Chancellor of the Exchequer's eyes light up. Yes, of course.
Jamie Green.
Can I thank the member for taking intervention? Is she therefore suggesting that if CalMac is at full capacity and trade cannot get on and off the islands, that vital trade that your constituents rely on, if another operator came along and offered that service, you would say no to it?
Jenni Minto.
I'm not suggesting that. I thank the member for that intervention. No, I'm not suggesting that. I'm merely pointing out, and also peninsulas, which have important ferry links. Port of Addy to Tarbert, for example, is a key link for school children, businesses and tourists. I want to see people whose homes are in the remote or island areas of Argyll and Bute live their lives without being judged as a profit or loss. My constituents are people, not a balance sheet. If an island community or a peninsular community is struggling, cutting back on its unprofitable ferry services can only hasten that area's decline. Next week, I'm visiting the island of Jura, an island off an island, and the service there is provided by Argyll and Bute Council. Its population is growing, the school is at bursting point, and new businesses are being set up, but they are worried that an unreliable transport network could impede their growth. However, in an economy driven increasingly by renewable energy and the ability to work from home, a decent and reliable ferry service may allow these areas to turn their fortunes around and to reverse decline. Communities that should be listened to when structures and ferries are being reviewed. And of course, it's not just people who live on islands or peninsulas who rely on lifeline services. The definition of a rope being thrown into the water does not exactly apply to our railways, but as something you depend on to lead your life in a satisfactory way does define Scotland's rail service for hundreds of thousands of Scots who rely on them for work, family obligations and leisure. This, I think, the member's probably bringing her remarks to a close. Thank you. This month, the Scottish Government took our train services back under public control after years of disastrous privatisation. Let's not inflict Mrs Thatcher's train crash privatisation policy on islanders. Let's keep the island public's ferry services where they belong, in public ownership. Thank you.
Thank you.